How do you feel about today? I mean, a lot of people see a lot of learning. Talk to me about it.
So I'm excited. I'm excited with this conference. We call it as Beyond the White Coat. So we as physicians, we always are focused on our patients, on their well-being. But in this today's modern world, we realize that we have to be more than a physician. We have to be an advocate for our patients. We have to be advocate for ourselves. We have to be engaged. We have to work for the well-being of our physicians. So we as an organization, which is DMMA, also called as Dallas Muslim Medical Alliance, we are 1,800 physicians strong locally in DFW. And if you look from different cities, overall is going to be close to 4,000 plus physicians across different chapters. So Dallas is taking lead. Dallas is taking lead in a lot of aspects in terms of the growth, development, and as physicians, Muslim physicians who moved here, we work in across all hospital systems, including Baylor, Texas Health, SCA, and across small hospitals. And we own a lot of private practices locally here in DFW. And we as physicians, again, we feel that it's an obligation for us how we can give back to a community, both for the general community and for also the physician community, because we as physician community also have our own needs in terms of we need to educate ourselves, keep up to date on the practice guidelines. We need to be more financially aware, educated, and also how can we engage with the community, so the way we give back. So we proudly consider ourselves as Muslim American physicians.
Do people not know how many Muslim American physicians there are, not just in Dallas, but in the country?
I'll share with you one statistics. So approximately there are 1.5 to 2% Muslims in America, percentage-wise. But if you look at the physician workforce, there is 12% Muslim physicians are comprising of the physician workforce. So that's almost like every 10th person or every 10th physician that you see in the United States is Muslims. So it's a huge number. According to some estimate, there are approximately 40,000 Muslim physicians across different specialties that work in this country
Wow.
and who proudly call this country as home.
Is there any drawback to being a Muslim physician? Do you ever have a patient that says, I don't want to work with you, or no?
In fact, I consider it as blessing because when a patient comes to a doctor, that's probably the most vulnerable moment in their life. And we feel blessed that we are able to help them, treat them, guide them at the most important moment of their life and help them with the most important aspect, that is their health and well-being. In fact, we see in our daily practice that majority of patients are very grateful and happy. They don't consider a physician as a Muslim, Christian, Jew, or any other religion. A physician is a physician, right? And we as physicians are trained to treat human beings, fellow human beings, regardless of their background, race, color, sex, or whatever that is. So, in fact, to answer your questions, it's a privilege.
And then do you even have moments where, it's a connection that you've made that is a positive connection? I mean, after you treat someone that maybe they say, "Hey, I met this great doctor," and they maybe don't know any Muslims.
Yes, definitely. I think it's we as Muslim physicians, we have dual responsibility. One, as a physician, to treat a fellow human being. Second, as a Muslims, to be at your best in terms of how you present yourself, how you treat your patients, and how you console and interact with them. So in fact, if I look back and say there are like a lot of positive incidents that encourages us to be a better physician, a better Muslim physician for the community.
Just the doctors are serving, anyway, you're employing people, you're saving people's lives. Talk to me about the service aspect of this organization. It's almost as important as the medical part.
Yeah, I guess as an organization, as I said, we have different specialties across DFW. So our physicians take part in a lot of different activities when it comes to giving back. Our physician serves in many free clinics across DFW, whether it be it a Muslim clinic or a non-Muslim clinic, it doesn't matter. Our physicians, they donate generously to organizations regardless of religion or background. For example, we are donating and we have donated to food pantries across DFW, especially in the times when the foods and the SNAP benefits are off, especially when there is so much of layoffs. So there is a need in the community. So apart from being a physician, what can we do for them or volunteer in the free clinics? We also try to make sure that our resources are utilized in the best possible way.
Are events like this, is your organization a good thing to just bring awareness that Muslims are here and doing good things and positives? And I mean, doctor, I'd like to live next door to you. Okay. I mean, if, you know, and I think when people meet you, they feel that way. Is that something that, again, your organization is somewhat trying to do? Just bring some awareness to the good work that Muslim American doctors are doing in North Texas.
Definitely. I think two things are more important. One is education and outreach, and we are working on both. Unless you meet, interact, and do something good for that person, there's always a big question, right? How that will be, especially in the times that we live in, of media misrepresenting, especially the Muslim community. So our focus is to engage with them, educate them, or that what we are doing like today. It's a brilliant education session on various different topics for both physicians and non-physicians. And we have invited our non-Muslim friends to attend, and they're here. And also on the outreach aspect, I think it's an obligation on us to reach out to them instead of having this like ground to brew misconceptions. So that's what we are trying to do. That's why we are working with so many nonprofit organizations across DFW, whether it be in the form of charity, whether it be in the form of providing human resources, or whether it be it's just kind of creating awareness and just playing a good neighbor.
Feel like today's a success?
Definitely, definitely. And I'm very proud of the team who have worked very hard to make this event success. Our organization, our basic mission is what we call as 3 E's: educate, engage, and empower. And we educate our community, our physician community, by organizing events like this, something called a CME, continuing medical education. We do hand-holding in terms of physicians who are building up their practice, helping negotiating their contracts, or providing any support from the medical aspect. We engage. The way we engage is we organize monthly coffee meetups where physicians come together and discuss what's more relevant for them. We also engage with different organizations, whether be it medical or non-medical. And the way we empower them is providing them with the resources, whether be it knowledge, whether be it monetary, or anything else that comes up. And that's what we're trying to do.
Is there something? I'm not Muslim, but my grandmother lived in a Catholic retirement home with a bunch of Catholic women and men, and nobody protested outside of their Catholic, compound. Um, are there reasonable reasons that, again, a Muslim may want to be surrounded by people, members of their community, members of their faith, and when it comes to kind of this anti-Islamization, anti-Sharia law, anti-epic city, are there reasons that, again, are harmless that people, Muslims may want to live in a community like that?
I'll give you an example. I went to a Christian school. So for a majority of my early, middle, and high school years, I knew Bible more than Quran, which is our holy book, as holy scripture. So I guess you have to be a good human being first. And once you are a good human being, every religion teaches you and emphasizes you to be a good person. And after that, whatever the minor differences that is being very zoomed in for the majority of the community, that's very unfortunate. And I guess it's totally wrong or unacceptable to make an attempt to divide people based on whether it be it religion, whether it be it color, whether it be it background. So I guess we can do a lot of great things being united. And America is definitely a land of immigrants. The whole world looks up to it. We grew up watching Hollywood movies, and definitely we want to pass on the same positivity to our kids, to our next generation. So I guess it's a duty that's incumbent upon us as a responsible adults and citizens of this proud country to kind of pass on the positive message. So there's always a vacuum, whether you fill it with positivity or negativity is totally up to you. So if you sit back and don't participate, then the negative will fill in. So I think what you and what your channel is doing and what we are trying to do in whatever humble capacity we can is just try to fill in that vacuum with positivity.